Anyway, at that same time, a teacher grabbed me and said I was really in big trouble, really big trouble. I didn't see the guy I hit, I just hit him and grabbed the ball. So I went to the principal's office, and when he was telling me I was going to get in trouble, you know, it kind of got me upset. So I put my fist through the principal's office window. And that for sure got me out of the school. So they expelled me and they sent me home and said that I was a danger to other kids.
Give a round of applause. That's how it started day one, please.
So I couldn't go to any school, and the lady I was staying with couldn't handle me, so I went to a home for bad kids, kids that, you know, did real bad things. I wasn't supposed to be in that one, so I stayed there for a few weeks, and then I went to one out in the country, which had dogs and, you know, teachers, and it was a real nice one.
Is that how you like your signature is really like it's clean, it's posh?
Yes.
It's how we become a little bit posh if you don't mind saying.
Yeah, because I went to the school and they taught me a certain type of handwriting, so I had to do, you know, my A's certain ways there. Yeah. So that's why I write so neat.
Excellent. Wow, excellent stuff. So, went to Canada. Now, you represented Canada in the Olympics. Why was that? Why not Britain? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, you know, I was living in Canada for a while, and you know, I started boxing over there. I started boxing in Ontario, and how I started was I went to a school dance, and some kids wanted to fight me, and I knew if I fought them, I would get in trouble again. I've been expelled before, so I understand what the dilemma and what would happen. So I invited them down to the police boxing club, which had a police boxing club, and they didn't come. I went that week, so next week I went, they didn't come either. And then the trainer said, hey, I want you to move around with this guy, and the guy looked easy enough. Put on the gloves, I started doing the Muhammad Ali thing, because that's where I got my boxing from, because my mother used to watch Muhammad Ali fights and have like fight parties. Everybody used to come over, eat some food, she used to cook some food, serve alcohol, and everybody used to be there in front of the TV, you know, cheering Muhammad Ali on or whatever fight it was. But yeah, that's how it started.
Gold medal, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, amateur career, you had a great amateur career, did over 100 fights. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, 2 Olympics, 84, 88, traveled all around the world. It was great traveling around the world as a kid because you got to understand different languages, and at the end of the day, it's all monkey talk, you know. Where's the bathroom? I want to go to the bathroom. I want to eat, you know. So it didn't matter if you didn't speak the language, you would figure out a way out to speak or to communicate.
So when you go for so amateur, that's it, you went to gold medals, then you became, what year did you become a professional boxer?
After 88.
Did you meet anybody in the amateurs that you fought later on?
No. Who I should have fought as an amateur is Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, he was my Olympic fight in '88, and I remember even being in the Olympics. The first day I was walking around the Olympic Village, you know, the American team came over to me and said, "What's your name?" I said, "Lennox Lewis." He said, "Riddick Bowe said he's gonna knock you out." I'm like, "Who's Riddick Bowe?" I said, "I don't even know this Riddick Bowe." Then another guy came from the team and said, "Yeah, Riddick Bowe said he's knocked you out." I said, "Bring me to Riddick Bowe right now." So we searched the Olympic Village looking for Riddick Bowe, and then we seen Riddick Bowe, and I walked up to him and said, "I'm gonna knock you out." He said, "You ain't gonna knock out nobody." Yeah, I said, "I'm gonna knock you out," and then I walked away from him because he was like that all the time. Anyway, in the fight, before the fight, the referee said, "Listen, always when I'm speaking to you, look me in the eye, look at me." So anyway, the first round was really his round, and I made a mistake. I dropped down, and my trainer was always telling me, "Don't put your head down, don't put your head down." So I put my head down. Riddick Bowe's best punch was his uppercut. So he hit me with an uppercut, and blooded my nose, and it's like, yo, the end of the round started. And I said to myself that this second time around in the Olympics, I'm not losing. I'm gonna do everything in my power to win. So when I lost that first round, because they said it was really close, that means I lost it. Something mental was going in my head. I said, no, he's gonna get it this time. So I went out there, he determined to get that punch off, get my punches off. And I hit him with a good right hand, and he was walking around, he wasn't looking at the ref, and the ref said, look at me, we didn't listen to the ref, so the ref stopped it. So that was my Olympic gold medal. And then, I thought, you know, when we were basically on the things where we receive our medals, I was receiving the gold, he was receiving the silver. He said, oh, we'll see you in the pros. I said, okay, no problem. But I actually thought we were going to box in the pros. We didn't box in the pros because his people didn't want it, he didn't want it. Because why wouldn't you box a guy that boxed in the Olympics in the pros?
Yeah.
So we never had that fight. That's why I started calling him Chicken Bowl. Yeah. I was trying to actually get him in the ring, but he didn't, you know, it didn't bother him too much.
Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. So the 90s, you know, in the 90s, it was a great time to be a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Wow. There's Tyson, there's you, there's Holyfield, and all that. Your first fight was with Weaver. Tell me about your first fight with Weaver was in America.
Weaver was obviously, everybody knows Mike Weaver. He's got a couple brothers, 2 twin brothers that box as well. And fighting him was like interesting because, you know, I was in the ring with him. He had a great jab, but he had a jab where he turned it like that. So I kind of felt my skin turning. And I didn't realize that's how you cut people. When you throw a jab, just turn it and it cuts them. So he was doing that to me. Again, I got mad, you know, because I couldn't really, he was hitting me with a jab and he was just outside my right hand. So one time we got into some close contact fighting and then kind of was in my distance of my right hand and it came out with it fast, caught him. And that was a good win for me because it was against a guy that used to box, a whole time fighter. So. Huh? Yeah, definitely. I had some trouble with him, but he, you know, he obviously had a great career, but that was a good test for me.
The next fight, Riddick, you fought him. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me the preparation of that fight.
Which one, Razor?
Razor.
The Razor Riddick fight was a fight that it was a big fight for me because me and him used to spar in Toronto. In fact, he was my sparring partner for the Olympics because I had no sparring, and the Canadian team, we basically said, hey, you know, I can't go to the Olympics because you need no sparring. So they got Razor Riddick, paid him to spar with me, and he came to training camp for 2 weeks and he sparred for 2 weeks. He helped me perfect my jab. So when he came over to fight me now, you know, one thing that really rattled me up, he said, Lennox, I still got the blood on my shoes back when we were sparring. So I said, yeah, I'm a different person from when we were sparring. So he must have thought we were the same person. Anyway, fight came about, you know, the first round, we went out there. He made a big mistake. He went like this and put a slow jab to my belly. Worst thing when the guy is boxing like this, because that's an easy thing for me to do, just punch down.
Yeah.
So I just went boom, boom. That was it. So that was a great fight.
Great fight. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go to Tony Tucker. Next fight.
Tony Tucker was the guy that Don King always sent out there to get the belts back. And he moved well, he had a great job.
Big guy.
Yeah, good boxer.
No ego.
Yeah, he used to spar with Tyson as well.
He's a warlike, a big guy, wasn't he? Tough, but he looked lean, didn't he?
My aim was to knock him out because nobody really knocked him out. So I wanted to be the first one to knock him out. I almost got it.
Tony Tucker, you almost got Tony Tucker. Now you come back to Britain, and the big fight, I think it was a big fight. Frank Bruno. Why was the fight in Wales?
Because it was like 35,000 people trying to watch the fight, and I think Wembley was broken down at that time.
Right, well, doing the new Wembley. Yeah. So you went to Wales, but apparently it was really, really cold, it was freezing. What did you do for the preparation beforehand? Tell me a bit about before the fight, because Bruno was on his top game,
Yeah.
so were you. So tell me the preparation before the fight, just before you in the changing room. What's your mentality on it?
So in the change room, you know, when you go to a fight, you know, you get all kinds of different officials that you don't know, but yet you go in the change room and they have to come in because they check in, this and that, and they kind of interrupt your rest in that sense, because I usually go in there and sleep, so I didn't really get a chance.
You go in there and sleep
Yeah.
before the fight.
I usually get to the arena early and sleep, because the reason why I sleep is it's like a new day for me. You know, when you have a little nap and then you wake up, you feel good. So that's what I do. And then if I could sleep and the fight's going on, I know I'm ready because I'm relaxed. So I didn't really have too much time to sleep. Plus, back then the fights used to be at 3 in the morning, and you know, for the American TV, because the American TV was paying big money at that time. So, you know, it was a situation of this is the time I'm fighting, and then I had my manager running back and forth saying, "Oh, it's raining out there, it's raining." Okay, it's raining. Okay, what are they gonna do? I don't know what they're gonna do. We're gonna have to wait for a little bit until it stops raining.
Wow.
So we had that problem going on, but then when we went out there, you know, my trainer said, "Bring a blanket." So we brought a blanket, and the blanket was good. It was really warm. It also rained a little bit, and it took me a little time to warm up in that fight. I was cold. I need to warm up really well for a fight. That's why I'm always watching fighters when they come out, if they've got a little sweat or if they don't. If they got a little sweat, that means they're warmed up.
What did you think the front were before you go into the fight? What do you think about his ability of that?
Yeah, I thought Frank Bruno was good, but I thought he was slow and I thought he was old. So it was time for the new.
But what were you thinking what were you thinking the first round? Because to be fair, the first round you were losing.
Yeah. Well, I always thought that Frank Bruno always got easy opponents, and I always said, you know, they're going mad, but the guy's easy.
Yeah.
You know, I would have knocked out the guy earlier. So I used to always think that. So when I got in the ring with Frank Bruno, it was a different Frank Bruno. The Frank Bruno was ready for me. He wanted blood. Yeah. He wanted to take me out. And the reason why he wanted to take me out was because I was calling him names, and you know, we were going back and forth. And this is his time. He wanted to say, you know, he beat the Olympian, which was me. Yeah.
So it obviously takes you a few rounds to warm up, surely, because you've never beaten the fourth, fifth round, maybe the sixth. What was your mentality head coming back thinking, hold on a second, you went to your corner, what did your corner say to you?
They said it was close, which means, you know, I'm losing. So when they told me that, you know, I realized, okay, let me just step up a bit. But I don't fight a 6-round fight. I fight like a 12-round fight. So for me, when I train, I'm training, and if you watch my fights, most of my fights, or look up my fight resume, you'll notice that middle rounds is where I get everybody. That means I warm up, I'm pushing them until the middle round. That's because I train that way. I train hard, and rest like 8th round, 9th round.
So you pace yourself off from the fight first, and you knock them out. So you did really. The next fight, Tommy Morrison, the new White Hogan was, the new Mike Tyson, the Americans were saying. What do you think of Tommy Morrison? Tell me a bit about him.
When I heard Tommy Morrison wanted to fight me, I'm like, can you stop? I'm like, you know.
Do you not think he's a good boxer? He's knocking them out, is he getting?
Well, he's knocking people out with his left hook, but, you know, these guys got easy guys to fight. If I was fighting those same guys, I would knock them out quickly. And that's what I thought. And then I said, Tommy Morrison's never seen a fighter like me. He's never seen a jab like me. And then, you know, with my trainer as well, man, he was teaching me some good stuff. Such as, you know, since Tommy was throwing the left hook all the time, he said to go with the left hook and then
show
him back.
Show me, like, stand up, show me.
Yeah, so he would throw a left hook and I'll come back with my left hook. Or if I'm covering up, it's the same punch I catch Bruno with, is that left hook. anytime somebody's punching you with to the body, it's called counter punching. Counter punches. So if somebody hits you with a left hook, boom, you swing that way, and then come back with your left hook.
Wow.
So I did that to a couple of people.
Love that. Give a round of applause, ladies.
Yeah, so, he couldn't really stand up to the punches I was giving him, but it was a good fight.
Yeah, great fight. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to ask you, so Ray Mercer, the next fight, this was a war, and it was a split. Tell me your mindset going into this fight. Beforehand, the warm-up, going in, because this is a war. Was it 10 rounds or 12?
Yeah,
12 rounds, and there was a split decision. Tell me from the beginning about that fight. Look at that.
Yeah, Ray Mercer, he was on the American amateur team, so I knew about him for a long time, and he's an Army guy. And Army guys have a lot, tough. He was one of those guys that you would throw on the beach and he would be ready. So, and when it comes to training, he just looked at it as an Army training. That's how he was. He was disciplined and focused. Preparation for him, I brought in some guys that, we did some infighting with. All that stuff I was just showing you, I did a lot more even this one. This one I caught him with, and I actually took that punch from Tyson. Seen Tyson do that's a good punch. I'm usually one of those guys, like, you do something to me, I'll do it straight back to you because you're not expecting it. And it works.
Excellent. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this fight, what the hell is going on there? But tell me, beforehand, did you think you had a couple of problems beforehand, Nicole? When you went to the fight?
Yeah. Well, he had problems because Don King was looking after him. And we heard from other sparring partners that stayed in camp with him that he's always taking off, he's finding some crack house and some drugs.
Probably under the cheaper in the boxing world. Before that.
His son's boxing now too. Yeah.
But like I said, when you get to a certain level, like you turned out absolutely great, don't get me wrong, but some people, with all this mental health issue and all that, the whole world's on your shoulders. How do you cope with that? You know what I mean? You're boxing great now, and one time they're calling you and leave that. How did you cope with that? How did you cope with all of that? I'll ask you that a little bit later on, so we'll keep on this one. McCall, he started crying in the ring and they stopped him.
Yeah.
That was his mental health, you think,
yeah? Okay, so the first fight with Oliver McCall, where he caught me, I actually helped him knock me out because, stand up again.
Yeah, great.
And all the boxers should realize this too. When I used to throw my right hand, I used to overextend with it instead of throw it like this so my feet are balanced. So he caught me overextended. He basically rolled, boom, and caught me.
It's a learning curve.
Yes, it is a learning curve, and it never happened to me again.
Exactly.
You were not fighting. I love the theatrical. So big guy, strong guy, good fighter.
Good fighter. I watched his fight with Bo. 2 fights with Bo, actually.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand. He was winning the fight, and then he punched him in front and low. Punched him low, and then there was a big skirmish in the fight. So after that fight, I was telling everybody I'm fighting Galata. They go, ooh. I'm like, every time I'm telling somebody I'm fighting Galata, they go, ooh, watch out.
Yeah.
So that kind of upset me. What helped was my mother's cooking as well.
How your mother cooked all your meals, didn't you?
All my meals, and I remember when just before the fight, she made me a meal, and it was I like Scotch bonnet peppers in my meal, and she went shopping and got some other peppers. I said, Mom, what peppers did you put in? She said, I couldn't find the Scotch bonnet, so I took some other ones. So I was like, oh man, because my stomach felt uneasy. Anyway, I went into the ring. Then he looked at me funny. He had a red face. He looked like, what's going on? So that upset me too. And then I went over there and it's like, that was it. boom, 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 knocks him out.
Class. Thanks.
And part of the reason I knocked him out, so I didn't want to get hit in the balls.
Now, the next guy, I think it was a battle of the hairdos, wasn't it? Briggs. Let's go, chap. This guy was knocking him out for fun in the first round. What was your mentality before that fight? Because he's knocking everybody out in the first round. Did you boy die in the ring with him?
It's that thing again. Easy opponents. That's why he's knocking people out in the first round. He's never seen a fighter like me. And then it was the night of the young heavyweights, and it was me and him, always on the same card.
Yeah.
And he was my guy that everybody thought that was going to beat me. But, you know, he's never seen a fighter like me. And, you know, I hit him with some good punches. He tried to sneak me. So, you know, all the boxers, you gotta always protect yourself at all times. That's the law in boxing.
You try to sneak it.
Yeah, sneak me. Well, get up again. He was like pretending that he was good and trying to come out with a powerful shot and knock me out. But he missed it.
And how did you counteract that?
I was kind of waving. It wasn't really, he didn't really throw a straight punch. It was more of a whip or a hook. It's never a straight punch, but I'm right here rolling with him, waiting for him to throw the punch. So when he throws the punch, it kind of goes like that and like that. I'm not getting the full shot off. And then I counter punch him again, roll with it and come back, boom, boom. So I came back with my shots, and that was it.
Then you knocked him out, round of applause when you got his face stuff. How was it? Round one and round two in the universe, in the world, all of you, the first fight. What do you think of Holyfield as a boxer? Great championship.
Holyfield's a great boxer, great technical skills. He's basically came up from cruiserweight and boxed a heavyweight. He boxes bigger guys, so you know his technique has to be good. So he had a good trainer, that taught him a certain technique. I felt that you know I wanted to fight Evander Holyfield because he's so good. And if I beat him, then I'm better than him.
Yeah. I think every fight that you have, it makes you better because you learn from that fight.
Yeah, the Evander Holyfield fight made me better because of the fact that he was throwing punches and then he was using his head. So it's like block his punches and block his head. And then the referee wasn't helping me either. You know, every time I fight, there's always somebody against me, either the judges or the refs. Some fights where, you know, I'm looking at the scorecard and saying, I can't believe it. Then I started developing and saying to myself, you know what, I'm going to bring my own judges. Holyfield was a good test for me because, like I said, he had an extensive amateur career for the U.S. team. He would have probably won a gold medal as well, but he was definitely at the Olympics. So he's extensive amateur career. So
keep them on with the job.
Yeah, it was, you know, let me tell you, he boxed me good. He's the only one that really boxed me well in the sense of. Ray Mercer boxed me good as well. The thing about Ray Mercer, let me just jump back. Ray Mercer had me because he did the double jab. He was one of those guys that really focused on the double jab. And every time he threw the jab, he would move forward and make up the space. So that's one thing he did well. And also in that fight, I was holding my hands in the wrong place. I was holding my hands over here because I had always fought left hookers. So I even went running like this because, you know, protecting the left side. When Manny came on board, he said, put your hand in front of your mouth. So if anything comes, I'm catching it. Then he said, you can move your hand 2 inches, can't you?
Yeah.
And protect against the hook. So that was good.
Now at the end of the fight, obviously the first fight was a draw. Did you think it was a draw? Did you think you won that fight, ladies and gentlemen, the first fight? Of course, you did. What did you think? He's going to lift your hand and think, yeah, I've won this. Is that what you're thinking? I've won it.
Yeah, you know, even in the last round, when they were saying Lewis, Lewis, I could hear my name, so I was like, yeah. You know, and we went to the end of the fight.
Look, you got off there, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, I did.
How did you feel about this? So,
I felt
all that
bad.
training, all that work.
I felt bad, but these kind of things happen in boxing. You always have to be prepared for that. You know, I thought I beat him, and then I said, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll just go back to camp, do the same thing I did. He actually came in a lot better the second fight.
Wow, did he? In what way?
He didn't sing. The first fight he came in singing. I'm like, you're really singing, fighting me? You really gonna do that? So.
Lewis, who was the toughest opponent?
Whoa, we're not doing questions and answers yet, guys. Just be quiet until the end, okay? I'll do the interview and then I'll come on and ask a couple of people questions and answer. We're not doing that just yet, okay? Thank you, sir. So carry on to the Holyfield, the second fight. What was different about it? He wasn't singing again?
He wasn't singing. He was a bit more serious. I thought he won more rounds, but the judges really gave it to me. They gave me unanimous, so.
Unanimous decision?
Yeah.
For the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world! I was on the speakers as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean.
How did you feel?
My aim was to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The fact that I boxed the fight and I won and they never gave it to me, so, you know, the Americans don't want to give you anything. You have to really work for it. So, second time around, same thing. They had to give it to me.
Yeah. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. How were you feeling then?
I was feeling great because
best in the world.
I like achieving my goals, something that I set my mind to do and achieve it. It really gives me pleasure.
Give a round of applause, ladies and he beat all his opponents. That's true, it is. Now this Michael Grant. Tell me a bit about Michael Grant before the fight.
Yeah, Michael Grant was the new kid on the block. He was a big guy.
Not everybody.
It was the battle of the giants.
Yeah.
And he belonged to, I think Evander Holyfield was helping him out. So Evander Holyfield was walking him in the ring. And I'm like, okay.
Were you the underdog in this one or not?
Huh?
You were the heavyweight champion, but was everybody saying underdog? We called you underdog, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, Glenn McCrory, where are you, Glenn?
He left.
Oh, did he? So Glenn McCrory was here earlier and he was telling us he even had you like getting beat, didn't he? Getting beat. And then on the day he went, Glenn, who you got? He went, I'm going for Lennox. That's a true story, though. He was just telling us that. Is that right? So you're the underdog?
Yeah,
Not the underdog, no.
I think
the media.
Yeah, the media probably was saying, you know, this could be the guy that could beat him because he's a big guy. And Glenn was thinking the same thing, but then when last day of the press conference in Madison Square Garden, he was doing an interview. And at that time, I walked in, and as he was up at the mic, he looked up at me and watched me walk in. So at that time, I think Glenn said, Lennox is going to win.
Yeah. And you did win, didn't you? Yeah.
And let me tell you how that fight went. I went out, obviously I'm the champion. I wanted to command the ring.
Yeah.
He came out like he wanted to knock me out. So I actually boxed the fight wrong. I should have just chilled out for the first round, kind of watched. But I was like, nah, I'm going to command this ring. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
And at that time, I could see that he could, you know, he was trying to knock me out. He was trying to win the fight. So then I relaxed a little bit and moved back, and moved around. Certain things he didn't really have the experience I had, you know. Remember that thing again? Yeah, the Olympics, my trainer said, don't be ducking down. Don't bring yourself down because it's dangerous. He didn't get that. He didn't get that memo. He did that same thing, and I realized his head's right here. So I just want to hold him in place, and I gave him uppercut. That was it.
Oh,
that was it.
Robert Baldwin, your best
David Tua. Yeah, he was a dangerous fighter.
Very good.
He was knocking out a lot of people. He had a great left hook. but he's never seen a fighter like me. And I said, you know, for this fight, I'll just box him because I just want to stay out of his power. He found it difficult, he found it hard to even catch up with me. And when I went in there for the first 3 rounds, I hit him with a left, right, and a body punch. That was it. He never really came after me too much. He was really worried about that left hand to the body. So that was a good fight for me.
Did you learn a lot from that fight, yeah?
Did I learn anything?
Yeah.
Yes, I learned something. I learned that movement helps. For all the boxers out there, definitely move. Moving. I go off of my hero. My hero is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali says, hit and don't get hit. A lot of fighters don't realize that works. That's what you're supposed to do. Be in there and use the sweet science. Hit and don't get hit. Longevity as well when you don't get hit. You know, look at me. Do I look like I'm being hit?
No. You're still going to chat with you. You're going to box and do it. I was saying you were so down before, but you had 2 fights for Ratman. Is it how Ryan?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Ratman.
Ratman. You had 2 fights with him. Hey, how did you win the first fight?
The first fight, you know, everybody says, oh, you didn't take it serious or, you know, you were shooting the movie. Yeah, I mean...
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
Remember that fight you see Lennox in the ring? Pretty much about making shit or something like that?